Hi, my name is Pat and I'm from the Sewing Studio Fabric Superstore. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your fabric or your quilt on the new Brother Dream frame. But first let me share with you why I love this new frame made by the Grace Frame Company exclusively for Brother. I love it because it's only 5 feet long by 3 feet wide. So it very easily fits in my sewing room. I love that I can quilt any size of quilt because it's so easy to set up. And now I'm going to show you how. Okay, so step one, I'm going to show you how to attach the backing of your project or your quilt to the leader cloth that comes with the Dream frame. As you can see, the Dream frame leader cloth is 120 inches long, so your quilt or your project can be up to 120 inches long. The leader cloth comes, and this is a very unique feature, it comes attached to a coil. So when I lay this down, this coil allows us to roll up our quilt as we quilt without permanently attaching the quilt to the frame. This is a very important feature of this Dream frame. Now let me go ahead. Normally on a leader cloth, you would mark your center point of your leader cloth, and you would also mark your center point of your quilt or of your project. So I would start out by lining up my 2 center points, taking a pin and pinning it edge to edge, as straight as I can, to my leader cloth. And I would start at the center and work my way towards the left, come back to the center and work my way towards the right. Now I have my backing pinned to my leader cloth, and you will have noticed that I am working on a long table. This is one of the things that I really love about this Dream frame, is that I can do this work on any flat surface and then take my project over to the Dream frame to mount it. Now another thing, if I was going to work on a project that's smaller than this, the process would be the same, just on a smaller scale. Okay, next step. I have my backing pinned to my leader cloth. I then laid my batting on top of my backing, allowing about 6 inches from the edge of where I attached my backing to my leader cloth. In other words, about 6 inches down comes my batting. I laid that out, and then I laid the top of my quilt on top of that. And it is standard rule that your top of your quilt should be smaller than your batting and your backing. So here I've got it set up. I put a few pins in there to hold it in place, and now I'm going to start rolling my leader cloth up about to the edge of my batting, and I am going to take it over to my Dream frame and get started. Now the next and final step. I brought my project over to my Dream frame, and I want to show you how to put it on there. So this is what I call the back of the Dream frame where I am right now. The machine is pointing forward. So I'm going to get my leader cloth and my project, and I'm going to lift the presser foot on my machine and slide my project under my presser foot and underneath the body of the machine and straighten it out. Lay your leader cloth coil slightly behind, just drop it behind the railing back here. I already used the clamping system to clamp to of my clamps on my back railing down, and I'm going to show you how to do the third. So keep your project going as straight as you can. And then a quick little tip on this clamp for those of you who have already purchased one of these dream frames. There's a deeper lip here, and that goes towards the front of your frame. So now I'm going to find the railing, and I'm going to find my bungees that are underneath. Here are my 2 bungee cords, and I'm going to line them up so that I'm able to hook onto my clamp like that. So I've got them lined up. Now I take my clamp, let me clamp it in, bring your bungee cord around, and as you can see, another thing that is really great about this frame is that as I roll my fabric up, my project up, and I roll it on here, I can loosen my bungee and tighten it so that it grips my quilt as I go. Okay, so now I have that clamped on there. I'm going to take my 2 end clamps and I'm going to clamp them. There's one. I'm going to clamp them on the ends. Second. And then my 2 other clamps that go on the front, done and done. And now I can work my way towards this corner is my ratchet, and as I ratchet it down, it pulls my fabric taut. Can you see how? Okay, now you don't want to do it too much because you don't want to stretch your quilt. So there, I'm good. I've got my fabric nice and taut. So now I'm ready to quilt. Once you're done quilting your quilting area, you can follow the steps that I showed you before. It's the same process. Take your clamps off, shift your fabric from right to left or up to down. You can roll your quilt as you go onto your leader cloth and coil. Use your bungee cords appropriately. You can let them out or tighten them down. Put your clamps back on and ratchet it so that it's nice and taut. That's why I love this dream frame. Thanks for watching. Once you've